The children, welcome back. It's so good to have you here. How have you been? Good? Yes, so have I. That is good to hear. Now, Professor A and I were having a conversation earlier, and he thought perhaps maybe I've spent too much time talking about myself. Sure, you know just about everything there is to know about me, such as the fact that my name is Mr. E, and the fact that this is my island, and the fact that our lab has been built on top of all the water is all over my shoes. I still haven't fixed that. See, look how much we know about each other. But the problem is, I don't know anything about you. You know lots about Professor A, and of course, Troy. He's a lobster, and that's pretty much all you need to know. But what about you? Let me ask you some questions, because how you answer will help us determine how much you understand today's experiment. So let me ask you this. How many of you like to swim? Show me by raising your hand. Yes, good, many of you. Now, keeping that hand up and using your free hand, how many of you, while you swim, like to dive deep, deep into the water? Swim, 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 deep into the water. Good, I see many hands. That's fantastic. Now, for those of you who have both hands up, do you remember as you swam, the deeper you got in the pool, you had a feeling on your eardrums the deeper you went into the pool? Anybody? Anybody? Maybe stick a foot up if you know about the feeling on your eardrums. Good, good, good. I see that many of you are very, very, very tipsy. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to make you fall. That's my mistake. Troy, I blame it on Troy. So, knowing about this feeling in our eardrums, I want to teach you today about something specific in our experiment. And that is the idea of water pressure. That's not diabolical. Actually, I think God created water pressure. I should be careful about how I laugh. Quiet, Troy. All right. The deeper you go into the water, the lower you get, the higher the water pressure gets on your eardrums. And you can think about this. For those of you who still have your arms up, great. I never told you to put them down, so that is perfect. I want you to imagine the rest of you. Put your hands high into the air and stand up like I am here in the laboratory, even with my wet feet. I want you to imagine that you are holding 50 of the biggest airplanes you can think of. Think of the times you've been on an airplane. Think of a jumbo jet. And think of how big a jumbo jet is, full of people and luggage. And you are holding 50 of them above your head, and you can feel it getting heavier. Oh, I got a little too into it. Yes, I know, Troy, I wasn't carrying those jets. But I bet I could. What do you mean I'm not strong enough? What do you mean I'm not built that way, Professor? Uh-huh. He did. I see. Well, Professor A seems to think that God did not design humans to withstand that much pressure either on Earth or underwater. But he did create creatures that live deep, deep down in the sea. Like the flapjack octopus. The flapjack octopus lives deep, deep in the water and is actually built to withstand a great, great pressure underwater. But not like you or me. Because you can see, we would have been crushed by those jumbo jets. We would have been crushed if we had gone down to the water. That's the feeling that we have on our eardrums when we dive. Now, anyone still holding your hands up, you can go ahead and put them down. Great. Shake off your shoulders. I'm sure they're sore. Now, today's mystery involves pressure. And what we've decided we're going to do today is we're finally going to put to bed the argument between which is better, Pepsi or Coke? What? We're not? We have to live with the fact that there are both, and one will always be greater than the other, but we won't know which? Oh, Professor A, you are so silly for a squirrel. Fine. We'll do your version of a mystery. We're going to figure out how pressure works. And in order to do that, we're going to need these tongs. Thank you, Professor A. I have here a hot plate that is boiling water inside of cans of soda. Now, there's no more soda in them. It is just 100 milliliters of water. And inside of that can, it is slowly cooking, getting warmer. Troy, why are you sweating? I don't understand why you're this uncomfortable next to a hot plate full of water. Oh, I don't have time for your explanation. Listen, here's how it's going to work. I'm going to take one of these cans, and inside of this bucket, I am going to toss a bag of ice. Oh, that's just ice. That's not diabolical. I really have to work on what's diabolical. All right. I have in front of me an ice bath. Freezing cold. My fingers are in a lot of pain. I should stop. I'm going to stop. That was far too much. Ouch. All right. I'm going to take these tongs that I have taken from Professor A. I'm going to take one of these cans, which is heating up on top of this burner. I'm going to take it. I'm going to invert it into the water, and the pressure will cause it to do something incredible. Watch! Woo! How did that happen? I couldn't crush it with these measly tongs. There must be something else going on. What is that something, Professor A? I'm still unclear. I did not study nearly enough for this. Uh-huh. Yes. But of course. Ah, yes. Professor A has solved the mystery. Maybe some of you have figured out at home as well. Professor A explains to me that inside of the can is water vapor. And as it heats up the inside of the can, there is less pushing on the inside of the can, especially when that hot water vapor cools down very quickly inside of an ice bath that I have in front of me. Now, as the vapor cools, the inside of the can cools, leaving less air inside the can and more air pressing down on it in the air around us now. Now, we are able to withstand the pressures of the air because we are not full of water vapor. Yes, Troy, I know your skeleton is on the outside, but our skeleton is on the inside, and it gives us structure. God has created us to withstand the pressure of the air, but he has not given the same power to this measly Coke can. I crushed you inside. Sorry. I don't know what happened there. I got too excited. Anyways, as you can see, less vapor means more air pressure, which means one crushed can. Now, there are many different ways to look at this experiment and consider the mystery solved. The greatest thing is there are many things that we won't know, but we do know this, that God has created us like he has created the flapjack octopus, and he loves us, and he loves the octopus way down in the water, where he has created it to live and to thrive and to not be crushed like these tiny, defenseless cans submerged in the waters of ice and doom. Just ice. I didn't put any doom in this. There is no doom. I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm so sorry. All right. Anyways, we should probably go on to do something else. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to continue to crush these cans because it brings me great joy. Yes, Professor A, I understand. No, I do think we should go feed the sharks. Yes, that is a good idea. Yes, of course I remember what happened last summer. We don't need to bring that up in front of the children. No, I do not think they will snack on the children again. All right, fine, let's go feed the sharks. Bye-bye, Ken. Bye-bye, children. Have a good day.